Good day everybody and welcome back to the British suburban house build of the 1930s British house, and there are two of them now. As the thumbnail shows, I did a little bit of work off camera. Actually, it's a lie, I did a huge amount of work off camera because I've been ill recently. As you've seen in my update video, I lost my voice, got a bit of a sore throat still, but I'm a trooper. I'm going to power through the pain to get this done. I'm also going to power through the hunger. I should be having supper right now, but I'm foregoing that just to get this done. 1 like equals 1 sandwich, plus. Anyway, some changes. Aside from the fact there's an entire second one here, I want you to ignore that, because that house is nowhere near done. This was just done for the purpose of a thumbnail. First things first, wall out the front. The wall is 5 blocks from the front of the house here, and comes out of the sort of dead centre here, or the very edge of the build if you've only got one still, and it goes around the house entirely to leave a 2 block wide alleyway this side. The wall at the front is dead easy to build. Grab your bricks, 2, leave a space of 4, 2 again, grab some brick stairs, 2 in the middle like that, and then 1 on either end like so, slabs on top of this, and then quartz block like the foam head on a beer like that. And that's very, very easy. Just replicate that over and over again. Apart from this bit here, which is just simply 2 stairs and bricks like that, and slabs like that. Yeah. But that was probably figure-outable anyway. Figure-outable? Good grief. Anyway, these things here probably won't stay because I don't really like them. We'll go with a different pattern. This is all quartz now, or it can be any material you want. It could be white, it can be green or purple. Actually, I don't recommend that. That looks stupid. What else is new? Drain pipes. Drain pipes are new. Just a bit of detail on the corners here. No drains yet, but we're not into landscaping. This is new. This is actually warrants some talking about. The garage has been lowered inside by 1 brick level to be on the same level as the ground level, just because it's easier to do it that way and it looks slightly less stupid. Around the back, this has meant that we've had to drop the door here by 1 block, but this may create a problem when we put a sort of patio / deck area in here, but we'll worry about that when we go outside. For now, I'm going to go inside where a lot of change has occurred. I mean, a lot of change. So let's go through the keyhole. Does anyone actually remember that show? It's ancient. Right, this wall here is no longer brick, it's now fully quartz or whatever material you're using in here. Looks a bit weird, but this is just a garage, remember. We've also got these stairs here. Can't place doors on these. Haha, with World Edit or MC Edit you can. Anyway, in here, we've now got a chimney, which is 4 blocks in and comes out into the room by 2, because this wall is now double thickness. And we've had to compensate for that. So it means taking out the column which was here and making this entrance wider. And of course all the doors have been put in as well. No double layer on the back here, but we have had to widen this thing by 1 block just to make it look better. In fact, if we go around here, we can quite clearly see the difference between the two. Around here, we've added quartz stairs above the windows just to give a little bit more detail. These will get their work over eventually as well, but we're not really bothered with that for now. Chimney in here, again, 3 blocks from the back, 2 blocks coming out, and that goes all the way up. I'll go upstairs now and show you. Upstairs has had a lot done to it as well. So if we go upstairs, we now have walls everywhere. This room doesn't have a door. Where should we put the door? I'll put it here. Oh, what a guess. Wow. This is no longer the bathroom. This is a bit of an annoyance here, but with correct furnishing, I reckon we can cover that up nicely. It's very dark in here, isn't it? No wonder bats haven't spawned. This quartz stuff is gone because it was getting in the way, and it's not really going to be there. It was just a marker, so destroy that. This is new. I've gone into the roof. All the walls here are in exactly the same place, apart from the ones here. We've just eaten into the master bedroom to put this staircase in. You don't have to do this, it's up to you, but I did it because the roof space is huge and deserves to be sort of used. It's created this sort of nifty walk-in wardrobe slash small room here for the master bedroom. And in here we've got double thickness walls and a very strange pattern here, which I think we're probably going to get rid of. A shower room, I think this room's going to be. We've also raised the ceiling height, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, everywhere by 1 block upstairs. That's very important to note. And this wall here is sort of continuous. I think it did come out here or something like that. We've taken a bit of space away from this room just to give it a much cleaner line. If we fly upstairs, you can see the chimneys are still here. Remember, they are 2 blocks in to the rooms, and I've begun to put some dormer windows in here. Upstairs can be any layout you want if you indeed are going to use the upstairs. Remember to have a 2 block thick ceiling so you can use a different block type for the floor, and you can put ceiling lights into your rooms below. I've laid out my room like this. I've got this funny storage room here, a bigger room here, and probably what's going to end up being a second bathroom in here. And I've got this sort of large utility space here, which can be used for anything. I mean, I've got space to put banister rails in here. Ooh, we don't actually. This wall should be pushed back by 1, I think. I'm going to push this wall back by 1 to make sure that nobody falls off the staircase. I hate narrow corridors. Narrow corridors are the worst, really. I mean, if I was building a prison, yes, I can understand them, but we're not building a prison here. We're building a house from the 1930s. Up here, roof height can be anything you want, really. I'm setting mine up way up here because I want people to know they're in the roof space here. So my roof height is set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks up. So we've had a 1 block increase in height on each floor, 4, 5, 6. But remember, the sort of slope of the roof will eat into the space. Something that I've thought about doing is putting beams in here. You can do that if you want. I'm probably not going to do it, actually, because it's a bit of a faff. And it could look bad as well. This isn't a Tudor building. This is actually a fairly modern building by building standards, considering buildings have been around forever. Outside, I'm regretting this being so thin. That's for sure. But we have a garden space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 1, 2. 22, might be 23 blocks is what I'm using. If you're going to follow this build sort of block by block, as it were, you can do something entirely different. I've gone for a relatively small garden because it's a suburban house. It's not going to have all the space in the world. So yeah, that's that. I think I'll just finish off the interior of the roof. I'll check my recording time. If there's any time left, I will start on the outside at the front here. Right, we've checked in around 9 minutes, and I think I want to do an entire separate episode for the outside, so I've just made a few tweaks indoors, which I'll quickly run you guys and gals through. First of all, upside down dark oak stairs here for the banister rail, and I've brought this spruce wood line down here simply because I think the staggered bit looked a bit ugly. This is a bit sort of stark, but there are ways to work around that. Anyway, running up the stairs, more banister rail here, nothing else has changed. Running up here, and we've got upside down stairs everywhere, just makes it a little bit more clean. Got the dark oak wood stairs again, acting as banister rails. No glass in the dormer windows yet. Well, these aren't even dormer windows, these are Velux windows. I added a room here. I added a couple of blocks here and created another sort of storage room here. This extra pillar here is just to make sure the banister rail's got something to connect to. This room has gained a dormer window, which I'll show you from the outside in just a moment. Here we go. In keeping, I think, with the rest of the house, even though these modifications will have been added at a later date in my sort of headcanon for this house. And that's it, really. I will draw your attention to one thing, though, which I saw the other day on a build, which I quite liked. If you get your hands on some polished diorite and run it across like this, it makes for a very good sort of base for decorating an interior wall, because sometimes you do see this on houses. You see this sort of textured, sort of split sort of texture style, where there's a texture that only goes a little way up the wall. And diorite, and indeed quartz pillars, I think are good for that. You can replace this with any colour you want, and I think it'll look fairly decent. You may want a boundary in between, like, I don't know, a bit of spruce wood on top of this first. It depends how complicated you want your build to be. This is fairly simple for me, and I'm not going to go overboard. I mean, you could add stairs here instead, just to give it sort of more depth, like that. Anything you want, really. And that's just for any of the interior walls, really. But that's it. It's been a bit of a sort of flunked episode, I feel. Not really much building going on here, just minor adjustments. But the interior on the Upshot is now done. Which means it's all action to the outside next time. So remember, subscribe if you want to see more builds and motivation for me. Like if you're enjoying the series. Lets me know what's good and what isn't. Comment for improvements or other builds. And I will see you in the next episode of this series. Thanks for your support. Goodbye.